J Jinx!
Truck stop!
Hello YouTube. This video will be about a gadget. This is the T10 Multifunction compass. Got it from wish.com for like $4. I really like gadgety things like this, the multi-purpose, multi-function things. They remind me of, in the movie Gremlins, the father, Mr. Peltzer, would have all these crazy inventions where it's like, I remember one of them was a travel device.
You got yourself your shaving mirror. You got yourself your toothbrush. You got yourself a toothpick. You got toenail clippers. You got nail file. You got yourself a dental mirror. This is going to revolutionize traveling. And you push this button.
So that's what I ascribe this kind of thing as. It's like none of the individual functions work well, but it's just a neat thing. It's like cramming a whole bunch of things into a little compact device. There's something appealing about it. On wish.com, the reviews, a lot of people were dismayed at how small this thing is. I guess the photos didn't have anything for scale, and it looked like it would be something much bigger, but I'm happy that it's really small. It just makes it neater, in my opinion. Oh, and there are instructions. We'll get to them. On the front, we have a couple of clear plastic windows, one of them with a thermometer in centigrade, no less, and the other one with a hygrometer, which measures the atmosphere's relative humidity. As you can see, today is a relatively humid day. Also, we have a print that kind of makes it look like it should be a solar cell, but it's not. It's just made to look like one. And the rest of it is just hard plastic, olive drab green. It's got a lanyard, which counts as one of the functions. And you can crack it open to reveal a whole bunch of weird and interesting goodies, all in one package. Number 1, thermometer. Measure for ambient temperature. Number 2, hygrometer. Measure for ambient relative humidity. Number 3, LED light. Lighting. Replaceable battery. Step 2 battery. Take out the magniflar and ruler. 2, loosen 3 screws. Doesn't matter which 3, you just have to loosen 3 screws. 3, change battery. Item 4 is reflector. Call for help in countryside. Reflect sunlight to send out the light signal. 5, spirit level. Determine level condition. Compass. Measure for magnetic azimuth. Relative functions of compass. Acquire data at horizontal and vertical level. Number 7, whistle. Call for help in countryside. Send out the signal. Use tap it to push out the whistle from the 3rd hole in the left side. Don't worry, this will make sense shortly. Number 8, flint. Wilderness survival by make fire. Use tap it to push out the flint from the 2nd hole at the left side. Number 9, magnifier. Find a coordinate on a map. Number 10, ruler. Measure a distance. Accessory 1, tap it, for pick up whistle, flint, and blade of flint. Accessory 2, blade of flint. Use tap it to push out the flint from the 1st hole at the left side. Scrack the flint to make fire. Scratch off the powder and put together on the paper or dry leaves. I wonder if they mean this paper. We'll try it. Number 2, scratch the flint to make spark with powder. That's it. All right. So, yes, we got the 2 meters on the front, and on the forward side, you can actually get this little window with a red line and that allows you to peer into the compass. Of course, you hold it like this, and you can't see it. This way there are bubbles. But you open the device, and you have your reflecting mirror. It's got a slot and some holes. That just basically helps with the temperature and humidity sensors. So there's your reflecting mirror. Then we have this little magnifying device that slips out. And included on the magnifying device is a very, very short ruler, which goes like 1.5 inches or about 3 centimeters. Very useless. And we have the spirit level, basically just the bubble thing. So I guess you know that you're perfectly level when using the compass, or if you need to balance things, I guess. And you got the compass itself, which is behind kind of a frosted plastic. And then presumably there's mineral spirits in these things. That's why they called it the spirit level. There are the 3 screws to change the battery for the LED light, which is activated by this switch on the side. And the LED light also lights up your spirit level and comes out the top like so. I'm pretty impressed so far. This is a fun thing. I would never, ever take this camping to rely on it in any way. For example, the more you hold it, the hotter it gets, because it's taking your body heat. And yeah, none of these things are reliable, let's just be honest. But it's so fun. Now this poker thingy, with the thing they call a tappet, fits into the hinge, and it's like a little shepherd's cane. And this is used to access the other gadgets, the things where they say, oh, you gotta basically poke through these holes, which push stuff out on the other side. It works okay. You kind of have to feel for what you're pushing, or it's gonna miss. Ah, there we go. I got a tool there, and it just fell out. There's another tool that just fell out, and there's a third tool which is in there so tight, it's easier just to hook it with the shepherd's cane and then like yank it out that way. So these were the 3 internal tools. Let's talk about these. Well, the biggest one is the whistle, which I will demonstrate now. Call for help in the countryside indeed. And here is the flint, or the ferro rod, for starting fires. It's tiny and thin. And this is probably one of my favorite pieces. It's the blade to strike the flint. It's got basically a riveted pivot, and it swings out like so. And what you're supposed to do is you take your, what do they call this thing? Tappet, and you put it through the hole in the middle, and that's to stabilize the blade so it has less play. Now the blade it's just a flat chunk of steel stamped out. Oops, and my tappet fell out. So then you're supposed to awkwardly hold this thing and strike to make fire. I have not been... Oh, I got a little bit of a spark there. It's the first time I've been able to do that. Anyway, they tell you to, like, scrape off a bunch and make a pile of the powder and then ignite it that way. I'm not even going to bother trying. This is just... Ugh. So that's a total of 10 accessories in one little cheapo gadget. Surprisingly, they didn't count the lanyard as a tool. That's interesting. So there it is, the T10 multifunction compass, or as I call it, the Peltzer survival gadget.
It works.